Hi everyone, it's the ComicFanMan here coming at you with another video. And in today's video, we're going to cover here the Storm King from BroToys. And as you can see, nice box in the front, ages 18 plus, so this is not a child's toy. This is for adult collectors. And this is the figure of the Storm King, who apparently, this is just legal jargon, apparently he is based on a character from World of Warcraft called Varian Wrynn. And I believe he was like the king of the human race. And from what I've seen, I've never played World of Warcraft, but I have seen like some of the like the video cuts that have been released from Blizzard. And yeah, one of them actually had him like sacrifice himself, because I believe his son is the one that became like the main character of the story now, something like that. But yeah, he was the king. He's the father of the main character now, and this is the figure they just released. And well, they didn't just release him, they released him last year, but I just got him and he looks fantastic. Let's open it up and see what we got inside. Alright, so here he is out of the box with all of his accessories, the Storm King. And as you can see, he comes with quite a lot here. First and foremost, he does come with this little extra pack of joints, just in case you break something or lose something, which is really cool. I can dig it. He comes with the cape on him, but as you can see, obviously you can remove it. It's got these little loops here, which go on these little ornaments, and that's what holds the cape in place. It's very soft, and it has a wire, but it's not a strong wire. But it's all right. I think it's serviceable. I think that'll do just fine. And then he's got these extra set of hands here. He's got these two expressive hands, and then two extra punching fists, which are neat. Very nicely sculpted and painted. Oh, his ponytail here, it does keep popping off, so I'm gonna have to find some way to attach this and so it doesn't keep popping off. But that's his ponytail. He comes with this. It's a sheath for his blades, and it's magnetized, and this goes on his back. I'll show you the other magnet later. This pouch here, very neat. Again, look at all the little paint details that they did there. Little lion crest there. And this is also magnetized. It's in here. And this attaches to his belt. And I'll show you that in a little bit. Look at that. That's really cool. He comes with this little stand base, which is interesting because it doesn't have pegs on it. But yeah, he's supposed to be able to stand on this. I guess these are just like rocks, and I guess it's kind of water or something splashing up against it. So that's kind of cool. He comes with these little extra effects for his blades. This was actually on the blade. This was an extra one. I'll show you how those go on. And now let's look at his blades here. These blades are awesome. Look at this thing. So as you can see here, that's how it sits in the sheath. Really nice there. Beautiful looking sheath. Sword combination. This is where the little fire effect goes in. Look at that. Very well done. Love the look of that. But then apparently the sword splits in two, and then you'll have this. Now this one is interesting because this one has a blue jewel, but the effect that they gave is only orange. So I guess this is a defense sword because it looks like he only swings the orange half. Although the orange half is the bigger half, it looks like. And these swords sit like that, I guess, when they're together. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Get together, you see this one has the little guard there. Really neat. Beautiful, but it splits in two. And then you have two swords that are really, really lovely. And this little fire effect, all you got to do is just slip it out. There's a little groove there, and you can see the little groove there. And it just slides right in, and it holds it nicely. All right, so now let's have a look at the Storm King himself. Take a look at this beast. This is awesome. Look at this face here. This is a perfect representation of Varian from the video game. He's got the scarring. Really well done. I love that 5 o'clock shadow there. Oh, and let me pop off the head real quick. Yeah, he's very, very cool. Look at this head here. His head does come off. It splits off of the peg here. So this is the peg that holds it. And the hair is magnetized. So you can pop it in and it stays nice and tight. But he also has the eyeball moving mechanism that comes on the death figure. Although for this figure, I'm not going to be moving around those eyes because I know if I move it around, I'm not going to be able to get it back on properly. So I don't want him to look cockeyed. So I'm going to just leave him like that. And let's get the peg back on here properly. There you go. Pops on really nice. So that's the feature of the face there. Very cool. But now let's take a look at the armor. Look at all of this chest heraldry, the leather, the straps, the buttons on here, the rivets. These little lion ornaments here. This is where the cape string wraps around. But look at all of this. Take it all in. This is amazing work here. Even look at that. Even in the eyes of the bird and the beak. That is absolutely stunning. Look at all of this detail that's in here. The way it connects to his back plates. This is the way the strapping goes on there. And then this is the magnet for the back there, and this is for the sheath. And it clicks on there nice and tight, and look, that's a really strong magnet. It holds. So I love that. I think that's going to be really cool. The way this all goes down. And then now we go into the lion shoulder pad here. Look at this. All of this work that's in here, the paint. I like the fact that they did gold highlights on some of the hair strand, not like on all of it. That's beautiful all the way around, and the paint job is clean. There's no mess at all. And they use straps here to hold in the shoulder pads instead of a peg system. So you got that nice chainmail going on underneath there. Then you have his gauntlets with the fur around it. Now, this does lead to like one of the main limits of this figure is the articulation. The articulation is not all that great. I thought these were removable, but they're not. They're actually part of the arm. I mean, obviously you could pop it off with heat and all, but I thought maybe these were just like on their own, but they're not. They're part of the arm. So, but look at that detail. That's amazing. And the fur that they have on there, really cool. Goes down into the belt. Of course, we got the lion again. And it's all covered in fur with this fake leather around it. Goes all the way around. Very cool. And they use Velcro to tab it together. I'll take it apart in a minute so that you can see. Goes into his side guards here, which are very thick fabric. Then he's got the soft good fabric pants. And into the boots again. Look at the detail, the sculpt, the paint, all of it amazing. All the way down to his leather boots. What an amazing, amazing amount of detail that's on here. It's too bad the articulation is limited, but you know, it is what it is. What they did with the artistry is amazing. So as you can see, it's just Velcro tabs. And this one has the Velcro tab in the back here. And there he is without the guards. And now he can do a little more articulation without the guards there. Just so that you know, I mooned you. His legs are flesh tone, I guess, all the way down. Although I didn't take it all the way down to like the knees there. So I don't exactly know, but it does look like it's all flesh tone. So he does get butt naked if you remove his pants. But damn, if it wasn't for the articulation, like, this figure would definitely be a figure of the year for me, because man, everything else is absolutely stunning. But yeah, that articulation though, compared to the other figures that I have in that category, yeah. But man, look at, again, the artistry on this, the armor is absolutely amazing. All right, so let's put everything back on him and see how he does as the Storm King, fully armored and ready for battle. All right, so here he is with all of his weaponry on, and this looks beautiful. Like visually, this is absolutely stunning. What BroToys did here, really can't. I have no negatives on this. Like, the painting, the sculpting is all amazing. I guess really my one and only critique that I can give this figure is the fact that his articulation is so limited. You know, his articulation is not that much better than really a Staction figure once you have all of his stuff on there. But you know what? It's all about his aesthetic beauty, and look at this thing. The hood like fits on him nicely. The cape has the nice little wire there, so you can do it swishing. The sheath goes right on there. His swords are really amazing, and just all of this armor, everything in here looks absolutely stunning. Oh, and this is kind of neat because this wouldn't stay down. It keeps popping up, right? But if you bring the hood over the magnet part, the sheath will hold it down. So that's how you keep the hood down. And that looks really good with him like that. His ponytail on there. Really a beautiful, beautiful figure. I mean, the sculpting, the painting, the soft goods really makes for a very dynamic figure. I love it. Here he is with a couple of Mythic Legion leaders here. We have Sir Gideon from the Order of Etherion, and Attila from the army of Laodiceus. And yeah, as you can see, he fits well with both of them because he does have the eagle and the lion as his monikers. So yeah, he definitely can be the one guy that unites them both. And as you can see, he's a little larger than Mythic Legions, but not like, obnoxiously larger. I think he looks fantastic with them both. All right, so here he is going up against another figure that's not an official World of Warcraft figure, but he is Illidan Stormraged, and I think they look fantastic together. I think they scale really well together because now he's bigger than him, and I think that's the way it is in the game. I don't know if they've ever faced off in the game or not. You can leave it in the comments if you know, but if they haven't, they have crossed paths here on my table now, and I think this looks awesome. And here's how he sizes up with a Masterverse and NECA figure. We have here the Masterverse movie He-Man and the NECA Strongheart from Dungeons and Dragons, and as you can see, he sizes really well with these guys. So he is in this larger 7-inch scale, and yeah, he looks great, especially next to Strongheart here. You could definitely see him, like, you know, leading the Knight's charge. I love it. Think it looks amazing. All right, and here he is side by side with the Abyss Knight from Demon Flame Studios and Kozer Toys, and I think they look fantastic together. Their sculpt, their paint, their detail, their soft goods, all of them make them very, very compatible. The Abyss Knight does have the advantage of articulation. His articulation is absolutely amazing, mind-blowing actually, and so his articulation is not as good, but as you can see, you can pose him around really nicely. I dig that, so I think they look good fighting together. And of course, this character in World of Warcraft did die, so his final opponent would be Death. So I think this would be really, this makes for a really good fight between these two. I love it. I think they look amazing. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this look at BroToys Storm King. I think he looks amazing. The painting, the sculpt, the soft goods. He comes with this little platform and some little extra magic effects for his blades. Love it. And the sculpting and paint on the 3 swords there are also really amazing. And the fact that he has the like eagle and lion shoulder pauldrons definitely lets him fit within the world of Mythic Legions, because he can be either, like, you know, a general that works for both armies, or a king that unites both armies. Either way, like, he is absolutely stunning, and you can definitely see him being the leader of the knights here in the background. Amazing job here done by BroToys. Like I said, the one and only critique I would have of this figure is his lack of articulation, but really, like, you know, he's gonna be a visual, like, masterpiece up on the shelf there. He's really well done. All right, if you enjoyed this look, and if you feel that I've earned it, please give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye now.